Good morning, students of 12th Science and Commerce in Panda Sir's virtual class. And today's topic of discussion is very long writing. And today we are dealing with debate writing, speech writing, and report writing. So, first, debate and speech. So, what is a debate? When you are given with the topic and either you have to support the topic or support the view, or you have to speak against the view, that matters, and the format is called debate. And in a debate, at the same time, you cannot both support and reject the view. Either you have to support and you have to, or you have to reject the view. On the other hand, speech is something different. If you are writing a speech or you are delivering a speech on a given topic, then any relevant information regarding the topic you can give, whether it is supporting the view or it is going against the view. So both you can write in a speech writing, but in a debate writing you cannot at the same time both support and reject the view. And what are the precautions that you need to follow while writing a debate or writing a speech? The supports are you have to mention your names, or you need to be pinpointed. You should not deviate from the point. That you must be very clear in your mind that what you are going to speak and how much you are going to speak about a definite point. Then using grammatically correct sentence and avoiding other mistakes or other errors like punctuational error, like capitalization or something else. You must avoid all those things, because strictly in the writing section you will be valued and you will be punished for such mistakes. Then you need to maintain coherence. In our earlier class we have discussed about coherence. However, in brief, I am once again discussing or telling something about coherence. Coherence is nothing but the logical coordinate, logical connection between sentences. The second sentence must be logically connected with the first sentence, so that it must look or it must sound that it is just coming out of the first point. It might be supporting or it might be giving some more information about the first point. That is maintaining coherence. And what exactly happens when you maintain coherence? Then your entire writing seems to be a single unit, and it sounds better. The reader enjoys actually when the coherence is properly maintained. And ultimately, you can give a very brief or short personal remark about the topic, and this personal remark must be very, very brief, just like a single sentence. And here you are free to give your own remark, give your own view regarding the topic, regarding the speech, or regarding the debate, or regarding the report. This is all about debate writing and speech writing. Now we are going to discuss about report writing. In fact, there are many types of reports, like preparing a report for the newspaper, which is usually done by the correspondents of newspapers. And let me explain you who is a correspondent of newspaper. You know, the printing work, the editing work of a newspaper is done in a particular place. But what are the source or how they receive news from every corner of a locality or a country or the entire world? For this purpose, they employ people who lives in different places, and from their locality, whatever important, whatever is the news, they simply prepare a report about the incident or accident or something else, so the event, and they send it to the editor, and the editor, after editing the news or after editing the report, prepares the news to be printed in the newspaper. That's what exactly happens. So a correspondent who sends a report for the newspaper is one type. The next one is reporting an event. For example, suppose you are the cultural secretary of a school and recently you celebrated Gandhi Jayanti in your school, and your management, your school management needs to publish it in some newspaper. Then you might be asked to prepare a report regarding the celebration. So this is reporting an event or survey report. In fact, the survey report is not included in your syllabus. So you may get a question regarding reporting for an event and report for newspaper. Might it be some event, might it be some incident, might it be some accident. So these are three types of report writing, and the first two are included in your syllabus. That's why you need to practice the first two types, ignoring the third one, that is survey report. And while preparing the report, you have to follow some guidance that would improve the quality of your report. So what are the things that you must follow while preparing or writing a report? The first one is, in the beginning, you need to write your name and designation. For example, your name, and suppose you are a local correspondent of the Times of India newspaper. So you need to write your name and local correspondence, Times of India, TOI. So that is in the beginning you need to write these two things along with the date. You must mention when you prepare the date or when exactly the incident or accident about what you are going to report actually happened or occurred. Next, after that comes the body of the report, the name, and at the end you need to write your name followed by your signature, because signature makes something authentic, and the points, the things that you must be cautious of are to be pinpointed. You must not deviate. You must concentrate on exactly what and how much you are going to write. Use coder. This is once again the entire writing section is influenced by coder. That's what in the very beginning, in the very first class, I discussed about coder. That you need to first collect the data, after that you need to organize, after that you need to write, after that you need to make corrections, and after that you need to rewrite it. Following 5 steps of coder that would improvise your writing skill or your report. Then don't make any mistakes, as mistakes are not pardonable in writing section. So always try to, and while you are following coder, a point comes, that is E stands for editing, and in editing, if you read once again what you have written, then you might find some of the mistakes that either knowingly or unknowingly you have made, and there is sufficient time for you to correct those errors. Then at the end, you need to give a very short personal remark. That is your personal remark or some remark that comes out of your thought or your mind. What exactly you think about the point that you have written. One more thing that is important in report writing is that it has 2 different stages. After writing the name and designation and date, the first thing that occurs in the body of the report is a report in brief. That whatever you are going to speak, or whatever you are going to write, or whatever you are going to acknowledge about the report or the incident or accident about what you are reporting, that all the relevant and important things you must be writing in very, very brief form. And here you are free not to follow strict grammatical rules. That is, sometimes you may convey some point with the help of a phrase. No need to write the full or the correct sentence. And one more important thing that you need to remember is, when you are writing the report in brief in the beginning of the body, that you must follow strictly simple present tense. That suppose you are reporting an accident, very ghastly accident between two buses, and many people died, many people are injured. So here boss rhymes or clashes with boss. Rhymes or clashes. See the use of simple present. But actually what it should be? That while you are reporting the accident has already taken place, it's a matter that has happened in the past, so naturally you should have used past tense. But because you are writing the brief note or the brief presentation of the entire report writing in the starting point of the body of the report, that's why you must follow strictly simple present tense. Suppose after 1 month, suppose the president of USA, Donald Trump, is going to visit India. So you cannot write, you cannot follow. Actually, we should be following the future tense. That is what Donald Trump is coming to India or is going to visit India after 1 month. But because you are preparing the beginning of the report, then you must strictly follow the simple present, and you must write President Trump visits India after 1 month. See the tense, visits. Again, it stands for simple present. So never forget to use simple present for all sentences, all the points that you are going to convey when you are writing the short or the brief report in the beginning of the body. After that, you need to elaborate, you need to give, suppose, boss runs with a truck. This comes in the beginning of the report writing in brief reporting. But when in the next part you are going to elaborate the report, then what you should write? That all necessary other details that you need to give. That how many people died, how many people were admitted in hospital, injured, and who came to visit, what the police did, what the collector or local administration did. So every details you must not give in the brief report, but in the detailed part of the report. So this is all about debate writing, speech writing, and reporting some incident or accident. Once again I remind you, survey report is not included in your syllabus. So never bother, don't practice it. Only practice report for newspaper and reporting an event. So these are the points that you need to follow. And if you have got some refresher book, then you can go in detail. So you might find, because in online classes we have got a very short period of time to make video. We cannot take much time like 40 minutes. So we are trying to give some brief information about the point. And in case you are at trouble, then please never hesitate to contact me over phone or by messaging. And thank you and have a nice day for today.